What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Hold the Phone podcast. I'm your host, Alex, joined today by my co-host, Ryan, and a special guest. We have Shacobe in the building for the first podcast of his podcasting career.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, we're very excited to have the producer who's finally on the show. We've had this in the works for a few months, so very excited to have you on, Shacobe.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here, and let's talk football.
Let's do it. All right, so I guess we can jump into the games from last week. We highlighted 3 of them. We'll start with Ryan. You can go first.
All right. Alex and I talked about how well the Saints were going to do without Drew Brees after Drew Brees was lost. They actually beat the game. That was a pretty hard game to come out without Drew Brees. But they all banded together between the offense. Teddy Bridgewater had a pretty good game, almost 200 air yards and 2 touchdowns. They kind of shut Alvin Kamara down a little bit, only 69 yards. Not a very good game for Kamara, but, I mean, he still had a touchdown, so can't complain. They also had performance from their defense holding the Seahawks back, and also they had a rookie return a punt for a touchdown. So they were really kind of all phases of the game, offense, defense, special teams. They showed out nonetheless. So very good game for the Saints. I hope they can take the roll on.
I see you. I think you misread the stats because Kamara actually had 69 yards rushing, and then he had 9 catches for 92 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, no, I was just speaking of rush yards alone.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, totally. I mean, he still had a Kamara game, but
True. All right. I guess our special guest can go next. I'll go last.
All right, cool. The game I wanted to highlight this
No.
week was.
I mean, you can talk about the Saints game if you have anything to say about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Well, honestly, I was pretty shocked how well Kamara did without Breeze. I felt like their offense, may not be 75% of what it usually is without Breeze, but they definitely showed out, scored 33 points, and Kamara showed why he's one of the best backs in the league. So yeah, I mean that's all I really have for that game.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I think Teddy Bridgewater is not that good, and I think the only reason they won this game is because they got I believe it was a pick 6, like Ryan said, or no, a fumble recovery and then a punt return to the house. Because without both of those, they probably would have lost, and that defense looked pretty terrible. Russell Wilson had 406 total passing yards and 2 touchdowns.
I mean, Teddy didn't have a bad game though. He didn't put him in the hole. He didn't throw a single interception. So
True.
He kept him in the game.
True. I'm just saying I don't know if he could have won the game if they were coming from behind. Like the fact that he threw the ball 27 times and only had 177 yards is a little crazy to me. But plus,
and Kamara was 92 of those.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do they have a second wide receiver? They're behind Mike Thomas and Kamara. Ted Ginn had 2 catches for 15 yards. It's just
with the defense.
True. I mean, who do they play next? Anybody know?
They play.
Oh, the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. They're gonna get destroyed.
Yeah, I don't see them winning that game.
That'll be a good one. I'm excited about that game.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
I will actually take the Saints on this one. The Cowboys have played some really weak teams.
Okay.
So
It'll
be interesting.
We'll get to that one. Let's let Shacobe tell us about his Week 3 game.
All right, cool. All right. So the game that I chose was the Browns and the Rams. And I will have to say, I do not understand the Baker Mayfield hype. That man runs his mouth constantly, and he does not back it up on the field. With that receiving core that he has, and with Nick Chubb back there with him, be playing as badly as he does. Now, I will say that his offensive line was breaking down in absolute seconds, but him scrambling in the backfield and getting sacked for like minus like 10, 15 yards, that's not winning football. And also on the other end, I've been pretty surprised about Todd Gurley. We're talking about a like number one running back in the league having just a very lackluster start to the season. And for all we know, it could be some sort of. But I mean, he's still getting a very healthy target share, and he's just not doing much with it. And I don't think that the Rams can win off of their passing game for the entire season. So I think that they're going to need to figure that out and get him going or get his backup going. I don't know, but he is not looking like the same Todd Gurley that we're used to.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more about both things. One, I think the Browns, I don't think they win another game until week 9, which is when they.
Wow, whoa.
No. Listen. Seriously, week 4 they play at the Ravens. Week 5 at the 49ers. Week 6 at home versus the Seahawks. Week 7's their bye. Week 8 is the Patriots. I don't think they win another game until week 9.
I think the
I think they
49ers
can beat the 49ers. Yeah.
in the bye week is pretty winnable.
I don't know. It's at the 49ers, and it's, I believe, Monday Night Football.
Yet another primetime game for a team that
Overhyped.
I'm just saying, I think Freddie Kitchens gets fired early. And
That's what I'm saying.
when it comes to Ty Gurley, yeah, I think he's hurt. I think the arthritis in his knee, something's going on with it, and they're just not talking about it because, I mean, he ran the ball 14 times for 43 yards, but he had 0 catches, and he was only targeted 1 time. So I don't know what's going on with that Rams offense, but it's very weird.
But real quick, I honestly never say this. With an offense, Jarvis Landry, Antonio Callaway, Nick Chubb, then Odell Beckham Jr. But this defense does not deserve this offense. The Browns' defense is lights out. They had 2 picks on Jared Goff, Greedy Williams, Denzel Ward. They were based 3rd and 4th string, and they had 2 picks. Like the defense is what kept them in that game. Baker's horrendous. I think he took, just lob it up to OBJ a little. He can terrible decisions. I mean, he's got an open three, and he OBJ in double covered. Yeah, good luck. In terms of Todd Gurley, we may never see Gurley that we know and love, especially in term ever again. He hasn't been this almost a year now. You really hate to see it, but I mean, some injuries do that. I mean, maybe he's a year away from being what he used to. Get Darrell Henderson involved with the running game as well.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more, man. I think he's pretty much done as the primetime player we knew him as. But I guess we'll swing on over to my game, which was the Giants taking on the Bucks. The Giants won 32-31. Daniel Jones season, baby. I mean, it looks like the Giants found the replacement for Eli because he came out and balled out. He had 336 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and he ran the ball in for 2 touchdowns. Now the Bucks did have a chance to actually win the game at the end, where Bruce Arians, for some reason, took a delay of game to back their kicker up because in the post-game interview he said it's an easier kick to make from that range, and he shanked it, and so they ended up losing. But New York is very happy this week, I would assume.
I don't know if they're very happy, though. I mean, Saquon got hurt. You never want to see a young running back get hurt.
Okay, true, but he did get a high ankle sprain, and obviously the Giants have no hope this season. Like, they're not going to be good.
Fair, that's fair.
So, like, but I'm saying they're happy towards the future because it looks like they actually have a quarterback when everybody was
Right,
doubting
yes.
this man with everything in their hearts.
Now, I will say the Bucks don't have that impressive of a secondary, so it's not crazy impressive to me, and I need to see more weeks like this. But he had a very good game. Kudos to him.
You guys are gonna laugh at me, but I think that Daniel Jones performed. You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
He reminds me quarterback across. He reminds me of Josh Allen. Long arm, great running ability, but I mean, the fans are really starting to gather around him, and he's playing really well. So I see a little bit of comparison. Oh, not to mention that when they were both drafted, fan bases were pretty upset. A lot of similarities. That's what I see from Daniel Jones. That Buccaneers front seven is nothing to scoff. So, I mean, I'm pretty impressed with what he did. Yeah. Kobe, the secondary, wasn't the best, but, I mean, can't complain. 336 yards, 4 touchdowns, not in the game-winning. I mean, yikes.
True. All
What a
right.
performance. And, I mean, no, I really disagree with Bruce. I think they basically iced their own kick. Then they took a delay of game, which is then they knelt to wait, basically forced it back like another 6-7 yards
Yeah.
for a kicker that had already missed 2 kicks that game.
Yeah, it was one of the worst coaching decisions I've ever seen in my life. They got down there to win the game, and we're intentionally going to back this kick up because it's easier. That makes no sense.
Right.
I was like, if you're okay. First, I just missed 2 kicks already. Get him up at least 12 seconds on the clock. I really, as much as I was just Jones, I really don't think he could throw a Hail Mary. And his first, I think you got this, man. But I mean, he really stepped on his own feet. That was really stupid, but
Yeah, it made no sense to me. But I guess we can start on week 4. So Thursday night we have the Eagles taking on the Packers, and I believe the Packers are 5.5-point favorites.
yep. I like it. I don't know why. I'm not the biggest Eagles fan, so I kind of like they're struggling a little bit. Wish I'd be attending to watch if they were healthy. I also have Sean on my fantasy. Packers are taking care of business, so I see a no start for them.
Yeah, I'm also going to take the Packers. Their defense has been lights out. I would even go as far as to say that their secondary is definitely top 3 so far this year. Their offense isn't as flashy anymore, but I mean, a balanced game seems to be working for them as they're undefeated. And I have to agree with Ryan. I can't stand the Eagles anyways, so what can you say?
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I think it's a blowout. I think the Packers probably win 28-10. I just think the Eagles' secondary sucks, and half their offense is injured. And I think it's a get-right game for – I mean, I know the Packers are 3-0, but I think it's a get-right game for that offense. I think they come out and light up that secondary. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for that one. So next is the Titans at the Falcons, and the Falcons are a 4-point favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go first. I went first.
Okay. I think this is the Titans defense versus the Atlanta offense, and I think Julio's going to run wild on that Titans defense. Devontae Freeman sucks as a running back, or at least this season he does. But yeah, I think Matt Ryan comes out and balls out, and I'm gonna take Atlanta 21-17.
Shacobe, what you got?
I mean, for me, this game is kind of a toss-up. I don't feel like either team, talent-wise, is really pulling the needle in their favor. Um, the Falcons' offense has been kind of, I mean, it's Julio Jones, and that's pretty much it. Calvin Ridley, he'll get some yards, but I mean, like their run game just hasn't been good, and people really had big expectations for the Falcons offense because they played so many dome games this year, and Matt Ryan is supposed to be very good in a dome, but Matt Ryan has not been fantastic this year. And on the flip side, the Titans suck. I mean, I would rather do something else than watch a Titans game. Mariota has been great. Derrick Henry has been all right, but I mean, like, defenses just stacked the box against him. And their secondary has been okay, but I mean, no one is going to stop Julio. There's no one on that defense that will stop him. So I guess I'll lean Falcons.
Ryan?
You got to score.
I'll take Falcons 24.
I like it. Kind of in a similar direction. And I my stomach watching the Titans play last week. Their offense was hot garbage. 8 sacks against the Jacksonville D-line. So I'll give them credit there, but the has been mightily. They're actually healthy, minus the loss of. Hope he gets better soon. Their defense has been playing really well, so I could say on Mariota, especially as carelessly as he did against the Jags on Thursday Night Football last week. If Titans offense is able to get things going early, I can see it being close. I'm going to say final score 27-14 Falcons.
All right. Next we have the Redskins at the Giants, and the line is 3 points. The Giants are a 3-point favorite, and I'm guessing that's just because they're at home.
Yeah, this is another toss-up for me. Both the teams have been kind of lackluster, but I mean, I think this is another good opportunity for the ball out. I honestly, I feel like the Giants' run game is going to really struggle. I'm not super confident in Coleman's abilities. So I think this game will be close. I do think that the Redskins could probably edge it out. So I'll say 21-17. Redskins.
I like it.
Yes.
I'm leaning towards the Redskins. I think this is going to should be Case Keenum, Dwayne Haskins, not inside. Right. I think it's. I'm gonna go. Giants 31 in a heartbreaker.
Okay, Ryan, did you say Case Keenum is hurt?
I think he is.
Yeah. So so he didn't practice today with a foot injury. So I don't think he's actually hurt. I think they just want to put Haskins in because they suck. But I think it's gonna be. If Saquon was playing, I think this is a blowout. But I'm gonna go Giants. 30 Giants 30, Redskins 24, with zero confidence in that game.
I think this happens, but we never get what we want. So I can see it being Keenum versus Jones.
Very true, very true. All right, next game on the slate is Chargers at the Dolphins, and the Chargers are a minus 16, or they're a 16-point favorite on the road at Miami. Is there a lot to say about this one, or yeah? I was gonna say, I think the Chargers blow out the Dolphins. Let's go
35-10.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that. Yeah, 35.
I mean, there's nothing to really say about the Dolphins. They suck. They're obviously tanking. I mean, I guess the main thing we can say is that it looks like Melvin Gordon might be back, not this week, but maybe next week. He's supposed to report back to the Chargers tomorrow. But other than that, yeah, I think it's an easy blowout, and the Chargers honestly need a win because they're 1-2. So, does anybody think that the Dolphins actually win a game this season?
Nope, 0-16.
I think that they may have one lucky game where everything just kind of clicks. Just ran some like rally cry type game.
I'm calling it. They beat the Redskins week 6. They play the Chargers, then they have their bye, and then they play the Redskins. I bet they beat the Redskins. And if I'm the Redskins, that's the game I put Haskins in.
Ooh, Haskins versus Rosen. If Rosen can survive that long.
Yeah, true. He might die behind that offensive line. Next is the Raiders versus the Colts, and the Colts are a 7-point favorite. That game is in Indianapolis.
I would love to see the Raiders keep this close, but I don't think it's going to. I can see them getting out to a hot start. But I think Jacoby Brissett playing really well. Marlon really well. Quentin. The only reason I'm in this game is the absence of T.Y. Hilton. I think he's questionable for the game this weekend, but if they've got
Yes, I do agree with that. The Colts have looked better than I thought they would without Luck. And I don't know, the Raiders just... I feel like they're just going to be like a bottom 5, bottom 10 team this season. I don't have a lot of confidence in that offense. I don't have a lot of confidence in that defense. I think if the Colts play their cards right, they could be a wild card team.
Yeah,
100%.
I think they could potentially even win that division if they keep winning. But well, obviously if they keep winning. But yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I just think the Raiders kind of suck all around. Like obviously they've gotten better, but since last year, but I just don't see a lot in them. I think they want to get rid of Derek Carr, but they have no better option. So, yeah, I'm going to
Who do you think is going to be the first Gruden fired?
Who do I think is going to be the first coach fired?
Gruden fired. John or Jay?
Oh, Jay. Without it, I think Jay gets fired at the end of the season. John's not getting fired for 10 years. You don't pay somebody that kind of money to not fire them.
He's going to make it through that 10-year contract.
I think he makes it at least 2 or 3 more years.
Jay gets fired after either season or after 2021.
You got an opinion, Shacobe?
I don't know. I just feel like with Jay, as of right now, everything that's going on with his team, he's doing the best he can. And as soon as Gruden arrived in Oakland, I don't know, all hell broke loose.
That is true. That is true.
Saying that he's getting paid a lot of money, but at the same time, we see people getting fired all the time. So I don't think just because he has that big contract, he's safe.
Facts. I think they keep him until like at least a year into Vegas.
Okay,
yeah, I could see it.
Maybe not the whole 10 years, but probably like 2 or 3.
I can see it. I think they just made a really big mistake not for you.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. You don't hire somebody that's been retired for 10 years.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll start with this one because I probably care the most about it. So the Panthers are at the Texans. The Texans, I believe, are a 4.5 point favorite, which I think is. I mean, that's pretty.
Generous.
That's pretty. No, that's pretty accurate. They're at home, and Houston is a hard place to play. But no, I think Kyle Allen comes out and has another decent game. I don't think he throws 4 touchdowns, but I do think he is going to have a good game, and I think the Panthers' defensive line is going to sack Deshaun Watson 7 times because his offensive line sucks, and Brian Burns is going to turn out to be the best defensive player from that draft. Just saying.
Whoa.
Defensive end. My bad.
I was about to say.
Defensive end.
Who has Ed Oliver.
Defensive end.
That's fair.
But, yeah, I think he gets sacked a lot. I think the Panthers win a close one, 24-21.
I would love to. I'm really rooting for Kyle Allen. Also, I just want the Texans to lose because they're in the AFC, and that's those playoff chase a little easier. If you're Cam Newton and Kyle off of NRG Stadium,
Nah.
You said what?
if Kyle Allen goes into NRG and just leads the Panthers to a blowout, are you worried if you're Cam Newton?
No, not at all. Not in the slightest. Cam Newton, first of all, I think Cam Newton is either out for the season or he's going to be out till the bye week. In fact, I definitely think he's out towards the bye week, and if it is what they think it is, then he's probably done for the season. But no, I think Cam is the quarterback until his contract is up, and then once his contract is up, they have to sit down and seriously talk about it. But I also don't think Kyle Allen is the answer for the future. Cool, you had one good game against a terrible defense. Now, go out there and do it again. Not even this week because, honestly, the Texans' defense isn't that amazing. But if you can lead me, yes, me, to 3-3 by week 7, I'll be very happy. So,
So if Kyle Allen, with Drew Brees 6 to 8 weeks, Falcons and Bucks playing last. If Kyle Allen can end up leading the Panthers to entire NFC South and taking them, how do you feel about him?
if he wins the NFC South
Yeah.
after starting 1-2, I'll fucking love him forever. And I'm one of the people that goes down in history that Cam Newton is probably one of the greatest Panthers of all time and also the best quarterback they've ever had. And I'm not one of these people that hates him with a passion. So I love Cam Newton, and he will always be my quarterback.
Do Panthers fans hate Cam?
Oh, with a passion, Ryan. You either are like me where you love him or you hate him and had never wanted him to be our quarterback. And yes, they hate everything about him.
See, that's insane. I mean, if Josh Allen got,
No, dude.
I already love Josh Allen.
If I was Cam Newton and I saw all this media, I would be depressed. Go on Twitter and just type in hashtag Panthers. It's so much Cam Newton hate.
I don't understand that. 15-1 season, goes to the Super Bowl, wins MVP, and
True. All right.
I don't get it.
I guess we've spent enough time on the Panthers. Oh, actually, neither one of you talked about this game other than me, so I guess maybe y'all should talk about it.
Well, I don't have much confidence in the Panthers. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And the Texans' offensive line is absolutely atrocious. They even traded for a good young left tackle, and they still cannot contain any sort of pass rush whatsoever. It is absolutely amazing how bad they are. Because if they were at least decent, the Texans would be steamrolling teams, I think.
100%.
I mean, with their
The Texans would
offense.
be 3-0 right now if they
Right.
had a good offense and they lost to the Saints in Week 1.
Yeah.
So if the Texans can help Watson, I think that they have it.
I agree with that. I don't have much to add at this point. You guys have talked about it a lot. Deshaun Browns been playing really. I'd really like to see a shootout in Sean. Their defense kind of shutting Kyle Allen. I know we can't defense, but I mean they still don't have Patrick.
Facts.
I see the Texans being a big for Kyle.
All right. Up next, we got the Chiefs at the Lions, and the Chiefs are a 6.5 point favorite, which seems way too high to me if that game is in Detroit.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. One thing I will mention, though, is that there are rumors that Tyreek Hill might be back for this game. But hot take, if Tyreek doesn't play, I think the Lions win.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Well, I was
That's
gonna
bold.
ask you guys after the week is going to be, but I mean, Alex just took. Sheesh.
I mean, I can try and explain to you guys why I think they're going to win. Mostly because the
please.
Chiefs' defense is god-awful. And why they haven't given up their entire next draft class for Jalen Ramsey is beyond me. But, no, their defense sucks. And I have faith in Matthew Stafford. And I also think that the Lions have two really good wide receivers in Kenny Golladay and Marvin Jones Jr. And they also have the better running back. Kerryon Johnson is better than... I don't even know who they're running out at running back this week. Probably not Shady or Damian Williams, so who knows. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm calling it shootout, upset. Lions 35, Chiefs 32.
That's bold.
Yeah, I don't feel good about it.
Because I don't think the Lions could keep up. I don't care if it's in Detroit or not. The Lions' offense is nowhere near the Chiefs. Matthew Stafford, to me, it seems like he has a good game like once every 3 or 4 games. Like he'll put up pretty decent numbers if you look at his entire season, but from game to game, I just don't think that he's good enough. I just think that offense is so inconsistent, and their run game is not good either. They don't trust Kerryon Johnson enough to give him the full reins, and that committee just isn't working. And Mahomes is Mahomes, so I'm taking the Chiefs easy. This is an easy. I think they'll win by maybe 2 touchdowns.
Listen, I said it was a hot take for a reason, okay? I don't believe in it. I just want it to happen.
Okay, but you gotta believe in your hot take.
Okay, I believe in it, but not like if I had to bet my life on it, obviously I'm going to take the Chiefs. But my heart, for some reason, I'm taking Detroit.
Hey, I like it. I mean, I took Detroit with the big upstick and they pulled it off. I think I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the Lions because I really feel like 2-1. I like once I saw that they left it was bad, I knew that this wasn't going to be a great. They beat a banged up 2, and they beat a really banged up Eagles team week. So I don't really know how. Like we don't have a really good game with them, but I'm going to go Chiefs and put the offense still gets points on the board. 40.
All right. Next is the Browns at the Ravens. Where is this game? The line is Ravens are a 7-point favorite at home.
I don't know if I feel like that game will be close. You know, division rivals, and I don't know. I feel like that'll be one of those 24-21 games in favor of the Ravens, just because Baker Mayfield looks like trash on the field. So, yes, 24-21 Ravens.
I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns upset, mainly because we'll do a bunch of crazy stuff against the Kansas City defense last week. I will give you that, Alex. The Kansas City defense isn't crazy good. But you know whose defense is really good? The Browns. if they can get a few sacks and get a few picks, I think they can keep the though in the end if it makes stupid 28-24 Browns.
You know what's crazy is I was gonna pick the Ravens, and then I looked at the injury report that is on Bleacher Report, and Jimmy Smith, the cornerback for the Ravens, is not supposed to play. And I would imagine he's going to be the one who would have shadowed Odell. So I'm going to take the Browns, but a lower scoring game. I'm going to say 17-10, just because these teams hate each other and they play defense. Ooh, Ryan, you're going to like this next game. Next up is the Buffalo Bills versus the Patriots. The Patriots are at the Bills, and the Patriots are a 7-point favorite, which is a little bit insulting if I'm a Bills fan.
Who wants first?
I mean, obviously you're going first, bro.
Well, shacobe's a Patriots.
Yeah, but
taking point.
We don't like them, so you go first.
True.
It's actually a Patriots hate podcast. I actually in this matchup, the Bills I've seen in my lifetime a Bills team this good, and it's not the set really. In 2 out of our 3 games, really ugly offensively. But in down and then Josh just somehow lead us wins and that if plays well enough in the game that Josh may be able to get his 6th career game-winning drive. And I would just, if the Patriots that would be start 4-0. I think it's a long shot though, but Bill maybe.
All right, Kobe, your turn.
Well, like you said, with how this team's one of the best you've ever seen. This is one of the best paid teams that I've ever, been a fan of. Offense, defense, run down, just complete.
When did you start becoming a Patriots fan then?
Forever.
Okay. I'm just thinking about the Randy Moss years, but okay.
I mean, okay, Randy Moss years, that offense was pretty great, bro. Our defense is nowhere near what it is right now.
I'm going to let you go because I'm going to go on a little bit of a tyrant, but you go ahead.
Okay. All right. But
Career, AB or Randy?
What?
True. No, go ahead. Let Shacobe talk.
What?
That was a joke. Just keep rolling.
But I think that this will be closer than most people think. Edelman is a little banged up. Our offensive line is a little banged up. The Bills play us well, but Philip Dorsett's having a very interesting year. He seems very comfortable within our system now, and I think that Josh Gordon may not have a good game, but Philip Dorsett will. And if Edelman ends up not playing his usual workload, I think that we're deep enough that our offense won't take a big hit. Our run game has not been very impressive this year, so if we can get that going, I think there's no chance that the Patriots could lose the game. But I'm not confident in that, so I will say that Patriots win by 10 with a score of maybe like something like, I don't know, 30, no, not even 35. I'd say maybe like 28-14, 28-17.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And I just want to fact that in the McDermott era, past 4 matchup, interceptions against the Bills, then touchdowns, 4-3. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Before I go, Ryan, quick question: is Tre'Davious White and Devin Singletary supposed to play in this game? They're both on the injury report.
Tre'Davious White spent all of the non-contact jersey in practice practice, but he had 2 picks. So take that with what you will.
So he'll probably play.
Tre'Davious White's probably going to play. May not.
Okay. One, I don't want to go in too hard on the Patriots, but for you to say that this is the best team that they've had since you've been a fan, or one of the best teams, is a wild statement. Because some would say that they were better last year. Hang on, I'm trying to bring up some stats from this Jets game real quick. Let's just look.
But defensively,
No. Defensively, 100%, but offensively, Sony Michel, what's going on? You're about to be cut by Bill Belichick because you're so terrible.
I would pick him up.
No, 100%. Obviously, he's not going to get cut, but he has been playing awful for this season. If Edelman doesn't play, okay, have fun with Josh Gordon and Philip Dorsett and Rex Burkhead in the slot, I guess. No, all that being said,
Slater.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Obviously, the Patriots are a dominant team. Like, I just love to hate. But I'm going to take the Bills. Wow, I really don't want to do this, but
so many hot takes.
No. I really don't want to do this, but I am going to take, just because it's in Buffalo and Tom Brady doesn't play great in Buffalo, plus Frank Gore is, 107, but still somehow dominating.
But have you seen our run defense? Did you see what Le'Veon Bell did last week?
I'm more concerned about your offense. I seriously am. Tom Brady has no interceptions, and he's going up against the first real defense he's played all season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Nah, man.
The Steelers suck. Plus, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Buffalo is going to act like this is their Super Bowl. They're 3-0. This is literally going to be the biggest game that Buffalo has had since the playoffs. So I'm going to take Buffalo 24-21, and that's because Tom Brady throws a pick on the final drive.
Hot take. That's a hot take.
All right. Next game up on the slate, we got the Bucks taking on the Rams. The Rams are a 9.5-point favorite, which seems really high. Where is this game? It's in LA.
I'm gonna say that the Bucks keep it close. I don't think the Bucks will keep it close. Cannot do it really well against the Giants, but then again, it was just the Giants. So if Jameis can play moderate, I think the Bucks have a shot at this.
I'm gonna take the Rams just because Jared Goff plays so much better at home than away, but I think they win in a shootout, 35-30.
Goff plays well at home in front of all 10 of their fans.
Facts, but he does play good at home. Plus, he has his main guy, Cooper Kupp, back. Shout out to my fantasy team. But, yeah, I think the Bucks win 30-35. The Rams. I think I said the Bucks. My bad. I mean the Rams. The Rams win. My bad.
Okay, yes. Nah, it's all good. I also agree. I think the Rams got it. I think the Bucks offense is going to be very hit or miss this season. I'm not confident in their running backs whatsoever. And I know Mike Evans just went off, but the first 2 weeks, his chemistry with Jameis was absolute. So I need to see more of them click with that. Like I said, their run game just isn't good, and they'll definitely probably be able to stop Gurley. But I don't know if that secondary can keep up with Cooks and Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. So I think I'll go Rams 24-10.
Nice. All right. What were you gonna say?
I just said I liked it.
Okay.
I agreed.
Next game, we got the Seahawks at the Cardinals. The Seahawks are 4.5-point favorites. One of y'all can
really
start.
Low. Shacobe, you got it.
All right. I think I have the Seahawks for this one. That Cardinals offense, it's just, they play way too safe. I think Kyler Murray last game had something like 30 or passes, and I'm pretty sure at least 80% of them were like 5-yard passes. He's not throwing down the field, and he's throwing these short passes, and they don't utilize David Johnson like they used to. And not to be a homer for David Johnson because I have him, but I just feel like their offense will probably be more successful running through him just because they have a rookie quarterback that needs to do those check downs sometimes and just let the man work in open field. They don't let him do that anymore. And on the flip side, I mean, it's Russell Wilson. It's the Russell Wilson show. Russell Wilson is going to get you 250, 300 yards a game. He's going to make plays. He's hard to sack. And I think Seahawks got this. Another 24-10, 24-17 game.
Ben, how do we feel about Kingsbury?
Needs to get David Johnson more involved.
That sounds like a fantasy owner talking, but no. Honestly, I'd say I don't hate him as a head coach. Like, I feel like this team has a lot of potential if they can get an offensive line and some sort of defense, which I know is a lot to say, but like, they have weapons, and Kyler, he doesn't look terrible.
Yeah, no, they've done a lot better than I thought they would.
Like,
But,
yeah, they're 0-2-1, but like, they don't look horrible.
Yeah, no. They're also in a very tough division. But I actually don't think they played it yet. But I think that Russell Wilson is going to murder this defense. I have a 30-point margin. I think it's going to be like 42-10.
Woo. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. Actually, mine a little bit less crazy than you, but I think Seahawks win 28-10. I mean, shout out to Russell Wilson. He is having a great year. He has 900 yards, 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's damn good.
Yep.
And
I would also like mention that they just cut my boy Gary. R.I.P. Gary Jennings.
Oh, yeah, he did just get cut like an hour ago.
Yep.
They went to the same high school.
Yes.
Oh, for real?
Yep. We graduated together.
Yeah.
And Gary's cool, and he just did not have a good preseason. I didn't think that he was going to make it through initial cuts, and he did, and I don't think that he's done much this season at all. So it's unfortunate, but...
I mean, I'm sure he'll get picked up by somebody or something.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we got the Vikings at the Bears. The Bears are a 2.5-point favorite, which seems very generous to me, if I'm being honest. Yep. Kirk Cousins, I've said it, I think every episode this year, he sucks. The fact that they paid him so much money, he robbed them, the whole city of Minnesota. I mean, the whole state of Minnesota. But Dalvin Cook is an animal. With that being said, I really want to take the Bears, but
I kind of do it too. Is that weird?
Dude, I really like their defense is just so damn good. And I think Kirk Cousins sucks. I'm going to take the Bears, and I don't have a reason, but I think the Bears win 21-7.
I like it. What you got?
I mean, I feel like this is a comparison of two teams with very strong defenses and kind of weak offenses. The Bears' offense, I think, is just a mess. Mitch is not reliable. Their run game is not reliable. That defense is amazing, but a good defense can only get you so far.
Not to mention Taylor Gabriel, who had 3 touchdowns against the Redskins, is out with a concussion.
Exactly. So, I mean, I just don't think if it came down to it, I don't think Mitch is going to win the Bears a game on a game-winning driver off his merits. But on the other side, like Alex said, Kirk Cousins, what happened? This man's offense is way too talented for him to be this bad. He's throwing to Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen, and he has Dalvin
A
Cook.
bad tight end.
And Irv Smith and Kyle Rudolph, like their team is good. He just sucks. He played good enough to get paid, and then he said, "All right." He pulled a Jay Cutler.
Yep. Offense around Josh Allen. Mine's the O-line. The O-line's kind of trash.
Facts, but
Yeah, I think in this matchup, that's another one of those toss-up situations for me. I think this will be a very close defensive matchup unless Dalvin Cook somehow conquers the Bears defense, because I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to do it on his own. But I think Mitch has a better chance of overcoming the Vikings defense. So I'll go Bear 17-10.
all right.
I am going to take Alex. Good morning. Hear my take.
My bad. Go ahead. I forgot.
No, I'm just kidding. I want to keep it short. This isn't a nail biter. I'm going to say 24-21.
All right. Next up is 3 games left. We got the Jaguars taking on the Broncos in Denver. The Broncos are a 3-point favorite, which, wow.
Nah. Okay, I guess I'll start. I'm taking Gardner Minshew all the way. I think he leads the Jags to 2-0. Okay. So the Titans, I say, goes off the line, and then Jags D-line made the Titans O-line look a mess last week. The Broncos did them. Joe Flacco's probably gonna get hurt. I don't know. I can just see. I'm gonna 31 Jags.
Shacobe.
I think this game will be another close game, honestly. Only because they're saying that Jalen Ramsey may not be playing.
No, he's definitely not playing. He told the team that his girlfriend is having a baby, so he went back to Florida, and he's out for the game.
Right.
What a crazy imaginary week. He was sick on Monday. Had a back day on Wednesday.
Yeah, Ramsey to the Chiefs. It's happening Sunday morning. Watch.
I mean, that would honestly be a really good trade. As a Patriots fan, I would be a little terrified, but you know, that would definitely be a good move.
Jalen Ramsey and the Honey Badger. How do we feel about that?
Does the Beast have Ramsey lock down one whole side of the field and let the Honey Badger run wild back there?
Yep.
Just get a defensive line and they're in business.
But I think this game, honestly, I need to see more from Denver's D-line. They need to wake up and get back to how they usually play. But I don't know.
He's been such a non-factor these past 3 weeks.
Yeah, Denver has 0 sacks through 3 weeks.
Their defense just hasn't shown up, and their offense isn't that great. So, honestly, you know what? I will take the Jags as well, but I do think that it'll be a close matchup. I think I'll go 21-14 Jags.
I just hate the Broncos, and I hate Joe Flacco. So, I'm going to go Jaguars 21, Broncos 6.
Broncos 6?
Yeah, I think they
Not even a touchdown?
No, I don't think they get a touchdown.
I can see it.
All right. Next, we got Sunday Night Football, the Cowboys versus the Saints. The Cowboys are a 3-point favorite, and it is in New Orleans.
What are we thinking?
I think it's a blowout.
I mean, I don't think. You know what? Okay, maybe it'll be a blowout. But after last week's showing, I have a little bit more faith in the Saints offense to say it'll be a blowout. But I think that the Cowboys offense is very dynamic, and they've definitely had a really good season. Amari Cooper still dominating, Zeke still dominating. That Saints defense is not very impressive, but I don't really think too highly of the Cowboys defense either. But I think for this matchup, I will go with the Cowboys. I think they'll win by at least 10 points. I'll go with 28-21 Cowboys.
See, I was going to go 28-21 Saints. I think Bridgewater and the Kamara have what it takes. Lead the Saints past the boys.
I hate both of these teams. I hate a lot of teams in the NFL, if y'all
Yeah.
haven't noticed. But
Every matchup you've been like, I hate this guy.
okay, correction. I don't actually hate the Cowboys, but I really hate the Saints with like probably everything in my heart. So, yeah, Cowboys 28-14.
All right.
I don't feel good about that, but yeah, I need the Saints to lose. Notice how I also don't feel good about any of my picks.
Yeah, man, you've been shit.
Also, has anybody talked about Jalen Ramsey being traded to the Cowboys?
To the what?
To the Cowboys?
You think they do that?
No, I don't think they do that because they can't afford to pay Amari, Dak, Zeke, him, and the rest of their defense. But, man, would that be a good fit for at least a year?
Yeah. Really like Jalen Ramsey. The Seahawks. That's kind of my dreams today.
Ooh, okay.
What about Jalen Ramsey to the Patriots? Wow. Whew.
Listen, y'all just had somebody who was a little crazy. You want to add another crazy person to that team?
AB was absolutely insane, man.
Exactly, and you want to add the sassiest person in the NFL to your team?
Hey, Sassy
Jalen
doesn't
Ramsey is
equal-
crazy, but he reached like a level.
No, here's
DCE with men.
the real reason they wouldn't trade for him is because they don't want to pay him as much as he's going to want.
Correct.
All right. Monday Night Football is the Bengals at the Steelers. The Steelers are a 4.5-point favorite. What do we think, guys?
I think that's lost their hope. They're defeated already. It's very early in the season. James Conner, what happened? Their offensive line was top 5 for a very long time. And he had a good season last year, but he has not been producing at all. Juju doesn't have AB to fall back on. I honestly do think that maybe by the end of the season, Mason Rudolph will be looked at as an upgrade over Big Ben because these past 2 seasons with Big Ben, he's been very lackluster, and they've just been playing him just because he's Big Ben and he has that stat. So honestly, I'm going to go with the Bengals for this, even though they also have been pretty trash. But I don't know. I think that they can pull it out. I think this will be a low-scoring, close game. Bengals 24, Steelers 21.
Ryan?
I like it. I don't think the Steelers are kind of crowding around the way that Swan. I think Mason Rudolph. I don't think he's that really good as a quarterback. That they really want him to be right now, and I'm in Andy Dalton's thrown a yard 2 out of the first 3 weeks. The Bengals easily running it What do you guys?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually no. I think it's low scoring. I'm gonna go Bengals 14, Steelers 10. Yeah, and that's it for our picks for the week. But one last thing from you guys, I'm gonna throw a little wrench in the plans. I need one upset. It can be college football. It can be pro football. It can be like field hockey. I don't really care. I just need one upset for the weekend that you guys are looking at.
Upset.
I can go first if you guys need to think. Do you guys need to think?
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Go first.
Now hold on to your seat because mine is like outrageous compared to the other hot takes I've had. It's pretty out there. And this is also because I'm a giant homer. But I'm going to take the North Carolina Tar Heels to upset number 1 Clemson this Saturday in Chapel Hill in football.
That would be one. Look,
Especially seeing how last Saturday Carolina lost to Appalachian State.
yeah.
You know, I don't know. Let me have some fun. I'm going out on a limb.
Okay. I'm gonna keep mine in the realm of NFL, and go and say that you know what, maybe the Bills could actually win this game.
Yeah.
First of all, that's insane for him to say because he's a Patriots fan. I would never
I'm
admit
so
that
proud.
ever in my life.
I just think that the Bills defense, if they show up, I mean, and if Josh Allen can actually surprise us, then hey, maybe.
He's already given up hope, Ryan.
On the realm. I'm gonna the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Los Angeles.
All right.
Interesting.
All right. I'm not mad at it. Ryan, let the people know where they can find us on social media.
You guys follow us at Instagram, I believe. I think.
Yeah, I think it's Hold the Phone 4
Um,
on Instagram
Yeah,
and Twitter.
pretty regular. The past dropping episodes on Thursday, right before Thursday night. I'm trying to do more with Twitter. Back of us.
All right, Shacobe, you want to tell the people where they can find you, man?
So you can find me on Instagram at Kobe La Flame, or Twitter for my bad football and fantasy takes at _CJ24. I promise you do not want to listen because I'm having a horrible fantasy season, but I will pick it up.
It's pretty great. I think I've robbed him in like 3 trades. He did trade me DeAndre Hopkins for Antonio Brown the day before Antonio Brown got cut. So
I did not see that coming.
especially after
you're welcome.
especially after I traded for him from Kobe's team and then traded him back to Kobe. But we will definitely have Shacobe on future episodes. This was really fun. We'll catch you guys next week.